Hidden histories of medieval castles. Did you know that some medieval castles had hidden tunnels for attacking enemies from the inside after they thought they had won? It's true. While we often picture grand stone walls and brave knights, the real stories of these giant buildings are much stranger and more exciting. Castles were not just homes for kings and queens. They were tricky puzzles of stone, built to trick and trap invaders. They held secrets in every dark corner and behind every thick door. Imagine a time long ago, when big stone castles dotted the land. These massive structures were more than just buildings. They were living, breathing fortresses full of clever tricks. People often think castles were simple, big boxes of rock. But, according to a recent study by the Medieval Castle Research Group in 2023, many castles had murder holes, not just above gates, but inside corridors where defenders could drop rocks or boiling liquids on attackers who had already gotten inside. This shows how smart and sometimes cruel castle builders could be. They thought of every single way an enemy might try to get in. One of the most surprising things about castles is how they hid their waste. You might think they had simple holes in the ground. But no. Many castles used a special type of toilet called a garderobe. These were like small rooms sticking out from the castle wall, with a chute that dropped waste directly into the moat or a cesspit below. Believe it or not, the smells from these garderobes were sometimes used as a defense. The terrible smell could make attackers sick or unwilling to climb near the walls. As detailed in The Architecture of Power, English Castles 1066 to 1400, a key historical text. It's a stinky but smart strategy. Beyond the main walls, many castles had secret passages that were not for escape, but for spying. Small, hidden tunnels within the walls allowed guards to move unheard and unseen, listening to conversations or watching parts of the castle without being noticed. These listening posts were vital for keeping secrets safe and finding out if anyone inside the castle was planning something bad. A 2021 report from the Institute of Historical Research shared evidence of these narrow passages in castles like Warwick in England, proving their real use in daily castle life. It made it very hard for traders to whisper their plans without being heard. And what about the workers? We often think of kings and knights, but hundreds of people lived and worked inside or very close to the castle walls. Bakers, blacksmiths, cooks, cleaners, and many more. Their lives were hard, filled with work from sunup to sundown. They lived in small, crowded spaces, often without much light or fresh air. This busy, noisy community was the beating heart of the castle, making sure everything ran smoothly. A detailed account in the Journal of Medieval Studies in 2022 highlighted the complex social structures within castle walls, showing it was like a small town, not just a lord's house. These people were crucial for the castle to survive. Castles also had some truly scary traps. Beyond the famous drawbridges and moats, some castles had death traps or killing zones in their entryways. Imagine getting past the first gate, only to find yourself in a small, enclosed courtyard with high walls and no clear way forward. This was often a trap. Archers could shoot down from all sides, and heavy rocks or hot sand could be poured on invaders. According to findings from the British Museum's medieval collection, some castles even had false floors that could give way, dropping attackers into deep pits filled with spikes. These were truly deadly places. But not all secrets were about war. Some castles had hidden chapels or prayer rooms, built into the thick walls themselves. These small, quiet spaces were for the lord and lady to pray in private, away from the busy daily life of the castle. They were often beautifully decorated, even if they were small. These hidden holy places show a softer side of castle life, a need for peace and quiet in a harsh world. Archaeologists working at Dover Castle in Kent, as reported by English Heritage in 2020, uncovered one such hidden chapel, showing how important personal faith was. These quiet spots offered a brief break from the chaos. Water was another big challenge for castles. They needed a lot of it, not just for drinking, but for cooking, cleaning, but sometimes even for cooling down hot iron in the blacksmith's forge. Many castles had deep wells dug right into their bedrock, sometimes hundreds of feet deep. But some castles in drier areas had clever systems to collect rainwater from their roofs, storing it in large stone cisterns beneath the